guys, welcome back to the Izzy Life, or welcome if it is your first time here. About a month ago, I built my very first gaming PC for Milan, and he already wants to make a few changes. So, what are we doing, Milan?
Alright, so I'm gonna be upgrading the CPU to the Ryzen 5800X. I bought the 3800X, which was what she put in this computer, but I will be taking that out and upgrading her editing rig, which currently runs a 1600, and that will be a big upgrade for her. And this really wasn't available at the time when I was purchasing the parts for this computer, and since then availability has somewhat stabilized and I managed to get one at MSRP. So there's a couple benefits that I'm going to get out of it. Obviously it's going to run a little bit better with the new RX 6000 GPU that I'm running in this. And then also I will be adding an extra terabyte of SSD space. It is a NVMe 3.0 drive, not a 4.0. The price is still way too high on those, and I don't think the speed bump is worth double the cost for the same amount of space, so I just went with a 3.0 drive.
But trust me, none of this was in the budget.
Let's get in here and undo all of the work that she previously did. You've got small hands. Reach in there and unclip that fan. Right here, lift that up. Remember that was the one that was really hard to push down? Yep.
Sounded like I broke it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. That cooler is a pain in the ass to remove. We're gonna take out the GPU as well.
All that hard work for nothing, guys.
Well, if I take this out, it's gonna be easier to put the SSD in also. Got it. Alright, still pretty. That's much easier to get to now. I'm just gonna go ahead and slide the cooler out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and unclip the old CPU. Well, not that old, but
The month-old CPU.
there she is with the not so fresh thermal paste. And there's the new one with no thermal paste yet. For some reason it feels heavy. No, it's the same weight. I'm just gonna take the old one,
Put it in the box.
place it where the new one came out of until I get a chance to swap out hers.
Guys, look at how cute this is. There's thermal paste in here. You probably can't even see this. It's so tiny. So cute.
Alright, real quick, I'm just gonna clean off the cooler from the old thermal paste with some isopropyl alcohol. That was the stock thermal paste that came with this cooler from AMD, and it's really thick. Before I put that back on, I'm gonna go ahead and install the new SSD in the second slot, and that way the cooler's not gonna be in the way. I already did do a BIOS update before I did this to make sure that the CPU will work. The SSD is a SX 8200 Pro. It did come with its own little heatsink that we will not be using because I'm going to use the one that came with the motherboard. Put the little standoff in. Plug in our little SSD. Screw it down.
And why are we adding a second SSD?
So the first one was meant to be a boot drive, and then I was gonna add a 4.0 drive later down the line when they got cheaper. However, I'm already almost out of space on the boot drive, and I don't really feel like waiting around for the price of the Gen 4 drives to go down, so I just got a Gen 3 drive.
Alright.
And for games, it really doesn't matter, which is primarily what this is used for. The loading times are almost no different. So unless you're doing sequential stuff, like moving files, it's not really gonna matter. All right, let's put the heatsink back on. Gotta remove this. Here you go. You remove that. All right, the SSD is in place. I'm gonna put some thermal paste on and put the cooler back on. Alright, CPU cooler's back in. Leave that there. Just gotta connect.
That easy, huh? You just pop it out and pop a new one in.
Yep.
And don't forget the thermal paste.
Yep. Alright. Just gotta put the GPU back in. Hook everything up and make sure that it works. Because that would be helpful too. Also, pretty soon, I'm gonna go ahead and mount that GPU vertically, aesthetically speaking, and change out one of these fans to match the front fan.
Honey, is that in the budget?
No, it really isn't. It's a good thing I'm taking it out of your computer. Okay. Alright, everything's back together.
And there it is. She's got her very first upgrade.
That didn't take long.
Not at all. We're gonna go see if it runs. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and make sure you subscribe. We'll catch you next time.